is the weekend, and I hope you're having a pleasant one, whatever you're up to at the moment. The sun is shining. Well, I say the sun is shining. The sun is shining in where I am at the moment. I live in South East London, but I imagine it's pretty sunny everywhere else if you're in the UK. But because I got a message from someone recently saying, "Yeah, it's great, but it's terrible weather where I am at the moment." I do always sometimes forget that we get viewers obviously from scattered all over the world. So wherever you are, I hope it's nice. Hope you're having a lovely weekend thus far. As I say, we've got West Ham in action on Monday night, which I'm really looking forward to. I've got the preview for that coming out tomorrow for the Newcastle game. I want to talk about the stadium, actually. That's what I'm here to talk about, as you'll know from the thumbnail. And this is a video, actually, where I'm going to need a little bit of help and a little bit of encouragement from others and a bit of support and get your ideas as well. And hopefully you will agree with what I'm thinking of doing here. I first of all want to talk about what is going on in terms of the football club and the stadium at the moment. The stadium is a real contentious issue. It has been for quite a long time, hasn't it? Although we've been there almost a decade now. I think this is our 9th year. But it will be, next season will be our 9th season at London Stadium. So it's been a while since we've left Upton Park. And I'm not one of these that goes on about that. Oh, I wish we were at Upton Park. I kind of, as much as it was a painful move, and I would much rather have had stayed, of course, but I don't want to keep talking about that. I'd rather just focus on what we have and to improve it, our circumstances, because I've had experience at London Stadium. I've really enjoyed it. Early days, I didn't mind it so much. Okay, things have improved over time, and I've gradually grown to like it. And I feel like the club have, for whatever reason, gone out of their way at times to make it actually worse, a worse experience, even though they continually keep trying to peddle the fact that they're trying to make it better and make it a better experience for West Ham fans. Now, of course, the big focus recently with the stadium has been on the concessions and the club's decision. They're an early announcement to scrap the concession prices. Now, it was a fantastic result, the fact that all these supporter groups, everyone involved, Hammers United, Ironworks Alliance, everyone that got involved, and maybe yourself included in that, that have helped. It's a massive credit that the club have now decided to go against that original decision, that they're retaining the concession pricing. They've actually extended it, and also frozen season ticket prices for the season. So this is a big win for West Ham fans, and I think that's something that we can all be immensely proud of. I mean, I personally haven't done. I'm not going to sit and take credit. I was doing so much to try and help towards it. I've obviously tried to support where I can, but I know a lot of people put a lot of work into that, and I think that's something to be really proud of, and kind of a reminder of what we are. We are a family club, and the West Ham support is still there, and it's as it should be. In its heart and soul, it's still very much a supporter-led football club. We are all together as a family, and I just think it's a really big win, and it's fantastic, and it's made me reflect on a lot of things in terms of where we are now, which is, I feel like the club are actually on the back foot here. Actually, I feel like there is a bit of an opportunity arising here. There has been, I talked about this a little while ago. I was invited and I couldn't attend. There was a meeting held at the stadium with supporter groups to talk about London Stadium, about improving the fan experience. And let's be honest, there is a lot to improve. It's gotten worse over time. I feel like that London Stadium, and I don't think it's just London Stadium. To be honest, I feel like it's football in general as well. I feel like there's more that can be done by certain football clubs to make it a better experience for their home fans. I feel like this new tourist approach to things is just so wrong. I don't like it. I don't like it. And West Ham have put up a recent article on their official website, and it was regarding this meeting I was talking about, which I wish I'd been able to go to be honest, because I really wish I could have given a bit more insight to what was said and where things are. But the club themselves have come out and basically given their view of where things are. I'm not going to read every word. Well, I'll give as much as I can. So West Ham United recently welcomed supporters to a workshop to find out more about their experiences in attending matches at the London Stadium. The workshop was an opportunity for fans to share their insights, ideas, feedback on what makes a great matchday experience. Those in attendance included representatives from the Fan Advisory Board, Junior Supporters Board, and Ironworks Alliance, a fan-led atmosphere group. I know them well. I've spoken to them recently, and I'm going to come to them in a second. Former player Anton Ferdinand. I love Anton. What a lad he is. Also attended to offer his perspective as both a fan and a former player. And there was other supporters who invited us, of course. As I say, it's a shame I couldn't make it. I really wish I could have been there. Right. Workshop was opened by executive Tara Warren, who reaffirmed the club's dedication, their dedication to putting supporters at the heart of the decision making. Right. So there's a few things in here I'm going to really extrapolate from this, and I'm going to use it for something in a minute. I want to write a letter to the football club, to Karen Brady actually. She highlighted some of the club's pre-match entertainment, blah 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 blah. Right. So they did like a summary of what was discussed. They said supporters provided suggestions. A few of these suggestions, I mean, don't get me wrong, none of them are negative, but there's a couple I just want to focus on. And one gripe that I've got about this stadium that I really feel like, with the way things are at the moment, there's when you want to strike when the iron's hot, and I feel like this is the opportunity right now with the club on the back foot, trying to make things better for the fans, and making statements like, well, supporters are the heart of our decision making. This is what it's all about. Well, let's put your money where your mouth is, sort of thing. If that is the case, because they clearly are panicking. The football club, they're worried about season ticket renewals. I'll come to that in a sec, and hence why they've made some announcements recently on season tickets, which I'll come to. But I feel like, again, this is all sort of feeding into the fact that I feel like the club are in, I won't say panic mode, but I feel like they're sort of scrambling around at the moment, trying to make things better as quickly as possible, because I think they're realising fans are really not happy with the stadium and certain aspects of it. So this is what they've said as supporters provided suggestions, included a dedicated fan zone for supporters to gather pre-match. Okay, fine, no problem with that. A structured countdown to kick off, which was played both in bowl, right, and over the stadium concourse for speakers. Okay, fine. Expanded involvement of club ambassadors to interact with general admission supporters. Fine. Fan-led displays supported by the club, including big banners and crowd surfers. Okay, that's fine. I think for certain games that'd be pretty cool. I can't imagine we'd be doing it. Against Ipswich Town on a Tuesday night or something like that. But that's why you know what I mean. The big occasions, maybe. I think under the floodlights would be pretty cool. A change to I like this one. A change to the music played 15 minutes before kickoff, with an emphasis on music which has a direct connection to West Ham United. I've been saying this for a while. I really want to hear the old classics out. Do you know what I mean? A bit old rock and roll. Just get that feeling of West Ham. You know what I mean? I don't like this sort of modern approach and playing some music that doesn't really have any connection to West Ham. I want to get the fans up on their feet and enjoying themselves. I think that's what it's all about. I like this one. Many agreed that a singing section or designated area for like-minded supporters would help boost engagement and noise levels. This is something I really want to focus on here. Okay. They said halftime and post-match. Supporters also discussed ways to enhance the halftime experience, including entertainment on the pitch. Bring back the Hammerettes. That's what I want. Bring them back. You know what I mean? That was a classic when it back in the 90s. Hammerettes, something like that. And talking about football challenges for junior fans, fine. Using the concourse speakers to build the energy while supporters get refreshments, fine, no problem with that. I do agree. Sometimes it can be a bit flat, can't it? At half time, you don't really hear much. It's a bit quiet outside, especially if things aren't going so well in the first half. It can be a bit of a dead atmosphere. A countdown urging fans to return to their seats. Yeah, no, it's fine, no problem with that. Again, I think that's actually pretty good, because the amount of times you come out in the second half and the whole half the stadium's completely empty because people just aren't really aware the game's really kicked off as well. Because it's so big as well. It's difficult to hear the things are kicking off. So I've got no problem with that. Finally, supporters expressed a desire for more fan interaction after the final whistle. Players acknowledging supporters at home matches similar to away traditions. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Right. So, as I say, there's a couple of bits I want to take from that, and the reason what I'm focusing on is that bloody wall between the away fans and the bottom corner of the West stand. And the reason I've obviously got more, I say obviously, but the reason I'm passionate about that, because that's where I sit, that's the area. And I'm telling you now, right, that wall has killed that area. That area, when I got season tickets there, and I've been there since we moved to the stadium, it was like an away day experience. It really was. I'm not saying every single game, but most games. It was noisy. Everyone's on their feet. They're giving it to the away fans. It creates a noise. I think it helps build more songs, because other areas of the ground hear it, and then they then start joining in. It was a really good area, and I feel like that area was the one that typically you'd think if it's going to intimidate the away fans or possibly even the away team, and that was the corner where it was happening. And them to put up that bloody wall was criminal. Absolutely criminal. I hated it when I first ever saw it, but I thought, all right, maybe it won't be as bad. It's worse, actually, in terms of its impact. I feel like it's killed that area, and I think in turn, it's killing that stadium. We talk about that, the lack of atmosphere there, and I feel that that wall is playing a massive part on it. And when I spoke to Ironworks Alliance on this, they said that the wall wasn't actually discussed. That was never came up in conversation because that's a structural thing. It's just a topic. This isn't. This meeting apparently wasn't to do with structural changes. It was to do with like things that the club can do. But I don't care regarding that. I still feel like this is something that can be fixed pretty quickly. They've got that wall up quick enough. They can take it down quick enough. You know what I mean? It's a pile of shit. I want it gone. So I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to take the lead on this, and in terms of representing the West Ham way with this, I've been given the nod from X and Dave to go ahead with it. So I'm going to kind of put something together. Now, what I'm proposing is I'm going to write a letter to Karen Brady. And in that letter, I'm going to explain exactly what I've said, articulate it a little bit better than the wall's a piece of shit. But I'll try to think of a better way of describing it. But I'm gonna, I know, I can get something together quite decent. I'm not gonna, it'd be professional, and I'll spend a bit of time on it. But I want to get the fans' views on it. I want to get some quotes from fans on the situation, okay? And I want to. It doesn't necessarily be completely about the wall, but if you obviously, if it is great, but if you might be someone that sits somewhere else on the ground but recognise the fact that's had a bad impact, just give me your thoughts on it. And I'm also going to do a survey. I'll keep you informed of it. I'll put it on my Twitter page. I'm going to put it on this channel. I'm going to do it all open very quickly. And once I've got the letter together, I'll do a video, show you the letter, and we can look at it. I'll then put it on Twitter as well, or X, whatever, and then I'll send it off to the club. Make it very open. I want everyone to know about it, and I'll await a response, because I feel like this is going to be an easy win. I feel like it's. I don't think it happened this season. I'm accepting the fact that we're stuck with it for the rest of the season, but I want that wall gone this summer, and I really mean this. I'm gonna fight tooth and nail to get rid of it. I really am sick of it. I hate it so much so. I am backpedaling on this decision, but I put up a bit of an emotional tweet. That was after the Brentford game. I was really pissed off after that. And that wall just got under my skin. I was looking at it and just thinking, this actually just makes my blood boil looking at this stupid wall. I don't know any other walls in Premier League football. You know what I mean? Other grounds you go to see a wall blocking away fans. It's not needed. It's a load of shite. I know why they brought it in. It's because of that European game, and I can't remember who we were bloody playing. That's top of my head. I will find this information out for that letter. But I want to make it very clear to the club that that was a one-off. You don't just have one bad experience and they go, well, that's it, we'll put a wall up. There's other ways you could deal with it, and I don't like it. I really don't. So yeah, that's my rant about this wall. Okay, but as I say, I'm going to need support on it. It's not going to look good just for one person with a letter and that's it. I'm going to need quotes. I'm going to need, as I say, I'm going to get a survey with which I can put as part of it. And if you've got any other suggestions, if someone's out there watching the video and has maybe done something like this similar before and fought to get something changed, and go to corporate levels to try and push for change, and you've got some advice for me, then please do share it, because I really am serious about this. I feel like it would be a real positive for our football club, and I want to make the stadium great again. Do you know what I mean? I want to great again because it's been great, but you know what I mean? I want to make it better. And I feel like that wall, it would just be such a great and easy win for West Ham United in terms of their relationship with the fans and the club. Just say, look, do you know what? We put that wall up to try and, because they could go down the line and say, we put it up to protect you. We were looking out for your benefit, which is possibly what it is as well. I do understand that they're trying to protect you from missiles and stuff, but we don't get missiles. You don't get that. You know what I mean? It's one European game. You can't just taint everything. We go one match, one experience. Okay, well, for the rest of our fucking 99-year lease on this ground, we're not going to have a wall up. Get a grip. You know what I mean? Yeah. So as I say, I really would appreciate some support with this one, with your ideas and quotes. I say, let me know your experience of it. If you sit in that area, what do you think of it? And let's take it from there. And as I say, it's not something I'm going to throw together in 2 minutes. I'm going to do it this week. So what I'll probably end up doing is have it ready for sort of midweek, Thursday, Friday time, maybe latest. And I'll put it up here. We'll talk, I'll share it with you. We can sort of take it a little bit further. Maybe we'll do some tweaks to it. And then I'll send it off and I'll make it sort of public. I'll put it on Twitter, etc. And so I'll put them under a little bit of pressure to say that we want a response on it, because I want it changed. And I'm not buying the notion that it's too difficult and it's going to be, oh, it's a structural change. It's a poxy shitty little wall that's basically fastened up with some steel beams. It's easy. It's not going to be a huge project to take that thing down. That's all I'm saying. It's not a huge construction job. That can come down in a day, easy. So, and I want it done. So I feel like this is the time to do it. The fact that we're getting these messages now from the club, all official, about we're doing this, we're doing that. It's all about supporters. It's all about the fan experience. Let's strike with the irons hot there. And I want to get on this because it's quite clear as well that the club are scrambling here. The recent announcement regarding season tickets. And now I'm on the official site at the minute, so I'm going to try and find where it actually is, because this also leads to what I'm talking about, which is basically the club saying that for people to renew, I can't find it at the moment. For people to renew, what they're going to do is say, well, you can renew now early, and if you do, you get an opportunity to move your seat, and also you can buy 2 more season tickets. This club are panicking. They want cash flow in. They want to sell season tickets. They know that fans aren't happy. I feel like this is a good opportunity with this letter. I really do. I feel like this is if you're going to strike and try and get some change at that stadium with something that's doable, it's now. This is the time. When things settle down and we're doing okay on the pitch and that, they're not going to be interested. So no, things are fine now. This is the time. The fact that they're panicking. So yeah. That's what I remember with that. So I really hope you agree. And if you don't, maybe as well, let me know. You know what I mean? It's not like you have to agree with me. I think most will. I've not had anyone that suggested that was a good idea. I think it's a bit of a lot. I think it's a shambles. It makes us a little bit of an embarrassment. We've got fans calling, singing at us every week. You sold your soul for this shithole. Well, we hear that every week, and I feel like it just adds to it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, why would you do that? Anyway, rant over. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. It's my birthday this weekend, by the way. So yeah, I know what you're saying. It's 25. I know. I can't believe it. No, it's 40 on tomorrow. So hope it's going to be a good weekend. But look, I hope you have a great one. I'll come back to this, as I say, next week. I'll get the draft of the letter on here. We'll talk about it a bit more, and then we'll get it sent off for tail end of next week. And then take it from there. I feel like this is something we should. I really hope you support me with it, because I really want to push, and I feel like this could be a change that would really be a big benefit to West Ham. I feel like it would help get the atmosphere back at that stadium. I think it would lift the mood and set the tone for next season right. So, that's what I wanted to say on that one. And look, have a good one, and I'll have the Newcastle preview up tomorrow. Until then, take care. Come on, you ones.